Hi all, Jacqueline JWM Minimal. How are you? Um, so I am sitting outside of my local coffee house. It is about 1.2 miles away from where I live, and I walked this way. I walked a mile. So I mean, we're technically supposed to do 2 miles. So no, we're supposed to do 5 miles. Sorry, 10,000 steps is 5 miles. But I had to get out and walk today because it is such a beautiful day. It's Sunday. This will probably be up on Wednesday or something, sometime this week. And I wanted to get in as much footage as possible because I like being outdoors and I like filming outdoors. So now until Thursday is the Milwaukee Film Festival. And I realized that once I walk up my neighborhood, which where I live, it's a beautiful, eclectic neighborhood. The streets that I'm on, they have lots of boutiques that I totally forgot about. Have not been out supporting them, visiting them. So you learn a lot when you walk as opposed to jumping in your car and just driving everywhere. And you kind of forget about your community, I think, when you do that. So, as you move through life and try to find ways to find freedom, you might want to just reconnect back to your own community and see what's there. Because I'm telling you, it has been, I may have walked, I mean, I walked through the neighborhood on occasion, but like just really just meandering around. And it's Sunday, so lots of shops are closed, but several are open because they are supporting the Milwaukee Film Festival, and we have a movie theater in our community, which is really awesome, which I haven't been to in quite some time. It's been a good few years since I've been to that particular movie theater. It's, I don't want to, I'll do a tour of that at some point. It might be a little colder and I might be driving, I don't know. We also have a bowling alley in my neighborhood where I have two bowling alleys in my neighborhood actually. One is open whenever, but this particular one is always open, and I had never been inside of it, like never been inside of it. I've been in this neighborhood who knows how long. So I did step inside of it today. There was nobody bowling or nobody in there. It looked like the owner did have a little bar in there, but he was chit chatting with somebody. They probably knew I didn't want anything. I was just looking around because I'd never been inside the bowling alley before. So that's a something on my to-do list to. I think I want to have like a special event there and invite some people and just have something going on there. Like my grandson's birthday is coming up in a few weeks. Maybe he wants to do something there. Go bowling. It's a small 8 lanes, 4 sections. You know how bowling alleys are. So it's not like a huge bowling alley, but it's been here forever. I know that for a fact. So just just next door to the movie theater is a bowling alley. So, what kind of activities and amenities do you have in your community? I thought about on my walk that when I relocate to a warmer climate, and after I do my 1 year stint in the vehicle or more, who knows, but when I settle down into another stick and brick, I will work really hard to move into a community similar to the one that I'm in now. And but it has to be in a place where it stays warm pretty much all year round. I cannot, and I don't want to go to like Arizona or anything like that. Now, I might consider the lower end of Texas or the Gulf Coast area. I might consider that. The Carolinas, Virginia, that kind of thing, even though it does get a little colder in the Virginia area, but that is my plan and I'm sticking to it. And I have to like commit to that. I just gotta do what I need to do to get there. So also when I was walking through my community, I realized there's a couple of more boutiques up, a couple more vintage stores, a frame shop. These are places that I had not recognized, and they're like newcomers or a new business. We have a CBD shop in the neighborhood that I didn't know about. What else? there's a couple of restaurants I have not eaten at. There's one called Charles E. Pomade or something, which is really Chuck E. Cheese, but the name of the restaurant is Charles E. Pomade. And they were actually having a special event today because of the Milwaukee Film Festival. I have passed by there before, I have to say, but I was in a car, and of course it was a quick drive-by. So I don't know what kind of food it is. I'm not sure what kind of neighborhood it is. Excuse me. So I'm sitting across from I'm sitting at the coffee store. Across the street, there was a very nice restaurant that used to be directly across from the coffee shop. Now, this coffee shop has been here. It's relatively new. I think they came on board about 7 years ago, if that long. But it's a coffee roaster. They supply coffee to other restaurants and cafes and things like that. They've done a really good job. And this is how, I hope they stay a long time. This is how businesses grow and stay sustainable. And then, of course, you get the community in. But, selling 30, 40, 50 cups of coffee a day will not be the end-all, be-all for a successful, sustainable business. So they are a coffee roaster. They have a huge roasting process in the back of the cafe, because they only have 8 tables and maybe 8 seats and stuff like that. So it's a small coffee house. Excuse me. So I had digressed because I looked across the street, and there used to be a very nice restaurant there, and now I see it's not there anymore. And they have another sign up saying Neighborhood Draft, which I think is going to be the name of the restaurant, a new restaurant opening soon. And I did not recognize that. So I'm going to keep my eye open for that particular restaurant. What else do we have? There's a gas station that's just kitty corner from where I'm sitting that was not a gas station a year ago. So they just recently opened. Who else? There's a couple of places that is closed. And there was another restaurant just a couple doors from the one that I'm looking across from me. And it was a wonderful French bakery there. And they may have been open a good 2 years, and they shut down. So I don't know what's happening. I mean, I don't know if it's like they can't sustain themselves because the rent or the property is so expensive, because usually these people are renting these places. And then next door to the restaurant that is opening soon, there's another store that used to house, what's there now? Anyway, whatever was there the last time I checked is not there anymore. Because usually if I'm driving down the street, I'm driving. And it's like a quick drive. I'm getting from point A to point B. But today I walked, again, because it's so beautiful outside. It's got to be about, 55, 60 degrees. Sun is out. It rained all day yesterday. But today it's not a cloud in sight. And it's warm. Now, that's only going to last until today, because I looked at the forecast and we're going to get chilly weather, cold weather, cloudy weather in the next week, and it's going to be kind of cold outside. I hope this weather lasts at least until tomorrow. So when you walk, first of all, again, one of the things that I truly, truly enjoy, and I've forgotten about this, is when I walk, it just does something to me as far as like my sense of freedom and my sense of belonging and connecting to my community, and sometimes to other people. Now, traditionally, I don't talk to people. I don't talk to strangers, or I don't talk to folks, but today I did see a woman with her little kids in a stroller, 2 babies. They were trick-or-treating. They barely had candy in their little wagon. And she said she'd been out for 2 hours. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? 2 hours and your kids barely had candy in their little satchels? So I don't know what's going on with Halloween. I'm like devastated gutted that lady had barely any candy. And I saw her walking up and down the street. So as I'm sitting here drinking my coffee, another woman walked past, and it is well past maybe, well, I think it might be 4 p.m. or something, or close to it, but her little lady walked past, and she had a pretty good sized canister of candy. So she had did her trick-or-treating, and she had a good haul. So I did compliment her on her haul, and I'm not sure what happened to the other young lady with her babies and what houses she went to, but there was a neighborhood that she said, or a block that she said that she was told there were other houses giving out candy. I'm kind of gutted, I think, that houses are not decorated, and kids are not getting a filled satchel of candy on this day. But those are the things you find out when you're walking, not when you're in a vehicle flying down the street, or even on your bicycle, which bicycles are much better than cars. But I just want to encourage everyone as we go through this process of finding freedom. Find out what makes you feel good, what makes you feel connected, what gives you that sense of being, of what is the word I'm looking for? It's not wellness, but it's a practice that we have to, I think, get back to, and that's what I'm trying to do. So again, I'm going to finish my coffee. I have this little local newspaper here. I thought the film festival stuff was in the paper, but it isn't. I might try to sneak into one of these films. I'm not sure. I don't want to go indoors right now because I needed this sun. That's why I'm sitting outside instead of inside the coffee house. So it's, it's a little bit robust traffic, which is cool. Makes me think I'm, not just in my boring town. I like to travel to Chicago and have my way, there. So I'm enjoying my community, though. I always have. That's why I stayed in this community. I've always enjoyed it, but doesn't mean I'm not trying to get away from this town or travel where I need to go, okay? So, okay, I'm going to end it there because I don't want to ramble too much. Get back to my coffee and enjoy this weather and read this paper. And then I appreciate you guys joining me today. Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal. And subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the other side.